everyone, this is Nimish. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna review the movie Android Kunjappan version 5.25. This is a very little film coming out of obviously the Malayalam film industry, starring two gems of and actors. And this is a movie that randomly there was a trailer dropped, and I absolutely enjoyed that trailer and thought it was very unique, very different, something very new for Indian cinema. And also it's amazing how such a small film with probably a small to medium sized budget can achieve so much. So it is an absolutely incredible effort in terms of conceptualizing the idea and thinking of and coming up with such an idea and writing it. So I think Ratish Portugal is the director and the writer of this movie. Hats off, to him for coming up with such a concept. The execution is absolutely brilliant. The direction and the screenplay and the story is superbly written, superbly executed. I just think it is an absolutely entertaining movie. And right from the start, you get hooked on to the story of Suraj and Sobin Sahir, who are playing father and son in this movie. And, I'll get to their performances, but they're playing father and son in this movie, and absolutely, you get engrossed in their relationship, what's going on in their lives, their characters, and you invest in them right off the bat. And as the story progresses, although we go in thinking, this is a robot-based movie, there's going to be a robot and things like that. For a lot of time in the first half, there is no robot, and it's a building of this relationship. So it's a beautiful way of telling the story and directing it. And they have focused a lot on developing these characters instead of jumping right to the bat and jumping right in and getting to the point straightforward. So I really enjoyed that whole process of storytelling up to the point when the robot comes in, and then of course it goes to the next level with the robot experiences that Suraj has, and Sobin Sahir tries to give his father, and all of that journey that continues as part of the story. So it is an absolutely well made film. In terms of performances, I think these two are, I wouldn't say underrated. Underrated maybe for the Indian film industry, but I think the Malayalam film industry viewers, they absolutely appreciate Suraj and Sobin a lot, and therefore they are able to make such brilliant movies without requiring any more stars and superstars and things like that. They carry these films on their own shoulders. They are really, really good at what they do. It is absolutely unbelievable to watch Suraj play an older man, very old man actually, and the way they've done it is incredible. Now, I don't know if there was VFX used or not, but even his hands, had his own character. They were such thin hands, and Suraj is a young guy, so you don't young healthy guy, so you don't expect him to have that. So if it was VFX, seamless VFX. So hats off if it was VFX. Just not one scene in the movie seemed like a VFX was used. And if it was not VFX, then it's some next level method acting, which I don't understand because for a lot part of the first half and throughout the movie, you'll see Suraj's hands are very, very, old and thin, and the way they've done it is really, really well executed, and you can see that they focused on showing all of that physical transformation, whether it is through VFX or not, because otherwise they could have obviously given him a different outfit to wear, but they focused on giving him a half sleeve t-shirt, showing his thin weak hands, and adding a lot of layers to that character, so to speak, and making it as real as possible. So not for a second you think that this is Suraj on screen who's a young guy playing an old guy. You forget immediately that it is Suraj after all, and that is the beauty of acting, that you disappear in the performance. Sobin Sahir is just with every project surprising more and more and more. It just, he started off long ago as a comedian. He ended up directing a great artistic movie called Parva, and now he's acting in these beautiful films like Kumbalangi Nights, Android Kunjappan, all concept driven films, Sudani from Nigeria, Ambili, all these films. And he's just a very, very great valuable asset to the Malayalam film industry and the Indian film industry, and these are two actors that deserve more recognition. I think Suraj has won a national award, but it's about time Sobin also gets his due. Anyway, awards don't mean much, but these two people really deserve a great round of applause for making this film. Coming to the robot part of it, I think very well executed by the filmmaking team. I think not for a moment you doubt that it's a robot. However they did it, I don't know how they did it, and that's the beauty, because you shouldn't know how they did it. But even if it was a tiny guy sort of walking around in that costume, or if it was an actual robot they made and executed for those scenes and somehow made it work, is amazing, and it looks like a robot from the future. It looks like it's well executed. The things it does, it's just a unique story which really deserves a watch. It's on Amazon Prime, and I think everyone should really go and watch this movie and enjoy it. It is just absolutely amazing. Now, there are a couple of things that not necessarily I would say would make the film better, but personally I thought there were a couple scenes where it was a little slower. It dipped and sort of extended longer than it should have, and those are the couple sequences which could have been trimmed overall for a 10 to 15 minute shorter film. But other than that, seamless entertainment, absolutely unique content, creative content, refreshing, and again, no need of leveraging any superstars or anything, just making it on a small to medium budget and just delivering an absolute entertainer of sorts. So, really, really, really very well made film. I loved it. I think it's one of the best Malayalam films, the most unique Malayalam films of 2019. So I am going with 4.5 stars for Android Kunjappan version 5.25. Definitely watch it if you have not watched it already, or share it with other people who have not watched it, because everyone needs to watch an amazing film like this in order for more films like these to be made. I hope you like this review. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep watching for more.